Hello everyone. In today's video, I will discuss about Dahrendorf's idea of industrial society and how he differentiated industrial society from the capitalist society. That I will discuss. And the today's discussion is actually the continuation of the previous video. I have prepared two videos, and on the previous two videos I have discussed elaborately about the idea of conflict, idea of social conflict, and how Dahrendorf put forwarded his argument against the Marxism, the Karl Marx, and his idea of the industrial society. But I thought that I shall specifically discuss something about the difference between the industrial society and capitalist society, and how Dahrendorf discussed the changing nature of the industrial society. So let's begin. As we know that Karl Marx and Marxists particularly focused on the capitalist society. So according to Dahrendorf, today's industrial society is different from the capitalist society of Marxist time. So first we shall point out what exactly is capitalist society and what exactly is industrial society. Then I will discuss how Dahrendorf differentiated between two. Capitalist society or capitalism is basically a notion that describes a particular form of economy, a particular system of economy, and in that system a particular class controls the production process, controls the system of production, and owns the means of production and the products of the production, and this class subordinates the other peoples and controls them and works for the maximization of profit and accumulates the private property. And Karl Marx basically focused on this particular society, that is capitalist society, that is capitalism. So this capitalism, which basically understands how this particular economic system, particular production system is dominant in the society, and how it creates the class of the owner and class of the non-owner, that is the capitalist and the non-capitalist, and in Marxist term it is bourgeoisie and proletariat. But according to Dahrendorf, over the period of time the situation has changed. The world has transformed, and it undergone uh, many dimensional, multiple dimensional changes, or varied changes. So this changing nature of industrial society, according to Dahrendorf, is different from that of capitalist society of Marxist time. And according to Dahrendorf, the industrial society is the society that can be considered as a whole, that is a society as a whole, and capitalism or capitalist society is one form of industrial society. So industrial society is the broader category, a broader model that basically describes the society as a whole, that is industrial society as a whole. Industrial society again involves, of course, the capitalism as well as other factors, as well as other the aspects, other the features of the society: social relations, the uh, political system, the cultural system, the social system, then the various other aspects of the society. So, industrial society, which is a changed society, and this industrial society is continuously changing. So, capitalism is one form of the industrial society. Now, because of the changing nature of industrial society, the speculation or prediction of Karl Marx have proved wrong, and Dahrendorf put forwarded these points, that how the Marxist idea of the socialist society or Marxist idea of the class conflict is not exactly prevalent in the industrial society. There is Marxist idea of class conflict, Marxist idea of polarization of classes, Marxist idea of the socialism is not visible, is not apparently found in the industrial society. So his ideas, his predictions are proved wrong. Why? Because this industrial society is a broad, and this industrial society is very wide, and it's a complete and complex whole, and capitalism is just one form of the industrial society that maybe existed at the time of Marx. But today's industrial society is different. Today, as Dahrendorf has explained, I already explained in the previous video, that the classes are decomposed, the middle class has emerged, the nature of class conflict has changed, and different other classes also emerged within the bourgeoisie and proletariat, and many other aspects are also getting connected with the industrial society, and the because of that the idea of the capitalism or capitalist society of Marx is not visible or not being relevant today. Today's industrial society has a connection with the social institutions, other various social institutions like education, religion, the culture, polity, the education, and many more such as institutions are get well connected with the industrial society. An industrial society today is changing towards more advancement. That's why some of the sociologists call the today's industrial society as in advanced industrial society. So that part I am not going to discuss. So this industrial society, how this industrial society is very broad and how it is different from the capitalist society of Marx, that I shall discuss. You see, the industrialization is there in all the aspects of the society today, in the field of education, in the field of the culture, in the field of the in the field of education, in the field of polity. Everywhere the industrialization process is going on. There is industrialization process or industrial attributes are included, are imbibed in different social institutions. Earlier in Marxist time, what Marx analyzed, that only the capitalist who controls, that is who possesses the private property, who controls the society, and it dominates the society. But in industrial society, what different thing is going on is the equal opportunity or equal competition for all. That's anybody can or anyone can be the part of this industrialization process, can be the industrial society, and can get the position what he or she aspires. That means industrial society has given enough liberty, enough opportunity for the peoples. So ultimately, this industrial society has a different kind of domination. It's not that industrial society is giving a very kind giving very much freedom or very much liberty to the people to develop their own self. No, industrial society is another kind of domination. It is the rationalizing the industrial activities, is rationalizing the industrial expansion, and it also transforming the notion of development into industrial development. Now, no development is possible without industrialization. As Derendorf pointed out, Marx, there is Karl Marx's main point was the control or ownership of the capital. That is, in capitalist society, according to Marx, mainly based upon the ownership or control of the capitalist class or the bourgeoisie and the subordination of the proletariat. But according to Derendorf, this changing nature of the society, that is changing nature of the industrial society, has proved the Marxist notion of the class, capitalist class, Marxist notion of the control of the capitalism by a particular class. In his idea of the industrial society, Derendorf said, now the capitalist class is decomposed. Now ownership of the capital, the possession of capital is not limited to one class, and there is no such autonomy or hegemony or the monopoly of one class always. That means the ownership of the farm, ownership of the industry, ownership of the production is open. Anyone can be the owner, anyone can be the shareholder of any of the company, any of the industry or corporates, according to Derendorf. And this happened because of the development of different other forms of industrialization, like the stock exchanges. Stock exchanges have developed in the contemporary industrial society, and this has helped many common peoples, different people from different sections to own the share of any particular corporate, particular industry and company. So that means this ownership is not now limited to a particular class and who always maintains the control or the domination or possess. No, there is now decomposition of the capitalist class. So capitalist class is now decomposed, and there is much intense mobility in the society. That means the people tends to move from their lower status to higher status. That is, people tends to move from the from their vulnerable positions to the better positions. So a person's may become the shareholder, may become the owner, that is shareholder or a partial owner of a particular farm industry. And once person attains this particular goal, then there is less possibility of class consciousness in the lower sections, class consciousness among the general masses in the society. So that I will discuss in the next video. So today's video is just about how industrial society is different from the capitalist society of Marxist time. Marxist time had a different kind of capitalist society, and that society had the domination, that is a capital class who used to dominate, but with the changing society, with the changing time, the industrial society has expanded, and industrial society has become a broad and a complex whole society, and capitalism or capitalist society is just a form of the industrialization. So industrialization involves the capitalism and the capitalist industrial form of production, and also other aspects of the society, also other institutions of the society. There is involvement in other institutions of the society. So this much is the present discussion. I will continue the discussion in the next video.